influence, I mean, you're a role model for somebody. So you're influencing whether kids or adults or whoever. At some point in your life, you're influencing people. And, you get to say whether we believe it or not, whether or agree or not, is what you want to say. Like you said, I don't have to agree with it, or you don't have to agree with me, or I don't have to agree with you, but you have a voice, and no one should tell you like, man, come on, just shut up and go fight, or hey man, shut up and just go play basketball, hey, just shut up and go do whatever, but if you're speaking up on your own personal issues or your own personal time, your own personal feelings, and you're giving it straight from in honesty in your heart, and you ain't got no other hidden agendas, I feel like we have the right to say what the hell we want. We have to say, the flat out. I mean, no one's gonna tell me not to say anything I don't want to say, and you're also not gonna tell me what not to say. So it's tough because you hear those guys. It's very hypocritical. It's like, I mean, like, I got all these.
It's a very elitist.
What I believe in.
It's very elitist attitude, man. That you're not supposed to say nothing. That's fucking insane to me, man.
Yeah, I think you have a responsibility because you have a platform, and you do have people.
Oh yeah, it's responsibility.
Follow you. I believe this. I believe that they have a responsibility to speak up against injustices. And I think. What happened?
He said, "Give him a second." Hold that thought, because we don't do the politics and shit on the show, and that ain't my intention. But as a professional athlete, man, I'm sure he has an opinion on motherfuckers thinking he shouldn't say shit or shouldn't have nothing to say. That's insane to me, man, that people think like that. All while at the same fucking time giving their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like at the same fucking time they saying A, B, C, D, but you can't say it. I don't think, man, people lack. That's a critical thinking, lack of critical thinking. To analyze what you're saying, man. Because how the fuck do you think these guys shouldn't say shit, but you fine? You can tell everybody whatever bullshit you think. It's insane, man.
Well, I think it goes back to what you said. It's an elitist attitude where motherfuckers think that I'm better than. I don't need to listen to you. You just fucking play basketball. You're just a boxer. Shut the fuck up and do what you're supposed to do. So that comes from an elitist.
It's fucking insane to me, man.
But what I wanted to say was, I think if anyone has a platform, whether you have a following of 10 people or 10 million people, you have a responsibility to speak up against, social injustices or shit that you just don't see as social injustices. But I also believe that it's got to be genuine, right? And you have to be able to back your shit up. And what I mean by that is, I don't think it's enough for people, athletes. I don't think it's enough for them just to get on social media, just to get in front of TV and say, we need more rest. Yes, there's social injustice. I think that can be insulting sometimes. I think you have to be able to put some skin in the game. And I like when LeBron James and the rest of the NBA players said, "Well, fuck it, we're gonna boycott the rest of the season," because not only have they been speaking up, but now they're also saying, "Well, we're willing to put our money on the line because we know that it's going to affect the network, it's going to affect the media, it's going to affect the owners, it's going to affect our own paychecks." And that's the only real fucking thing that's going to make changes is when people's pockets start to get affected. When these sponsors start losing money, when the network starts losing money, when the owners start losing money. Because a motherfucker can say whatever they want to say until they're blue. And if no one's really being affected by it, nothing's going to change. So that's why I'm not a big LeBron James. I'm not a LeBron James fan at all. And I'll speak up against shit that he'll say or do, when he does shit. But when he walked out of the NBA meeting and says we're gonna boycott the rest of the season, I was like, okay, well, I can respect that because now you're putting your money on the line, you're putting your brand on the line, and I think that's what we all need to do more of, is not only speak up, but also put our own put some skin in the game and show people, well, wait a minute, we're just not speaking empty words into a camera and showing a fake concern. Now, I'm not saying that that's what they do, but when you're able to back it up and say, I'm putting my money on the line, like Cap, when he took that whole knee, all this could have been done and finished with, and he could still be in the league if he would have just stood up and not kneed. But he said, nah, if it cost me my career, this is what I'm going to do. And it did. And it's cost him millions and millions of dollars. And I think that's why he's had the impact that he's had on this whole movement. And his message resonates with so many people because it did. It caught his convictions, what he believed, the message that he was trying to convey was all backed up by his action. And it cost him his career, and it cost him millions and millions of dollars. So I think that's why he has a lot of respect from the people behind this movement. So that's my thought. Don't speak on it, but actually follow through with action. That saying all that to say that.
I wasn't trying to get into none of the specifics. Y'all, I'm sure both y'all know how we. I don't give a flying fuck, but. What you just described, man, was what matters to you, right? It makes you value what they said or did. Or if they're not doing nothing, then what they're doing doesn't matter to you. But again, my question is this. Who has the right to tell an athlete he ain't got the right to say shit?
Oh, yeah. No.
What you're saying is if you got some skin in the game, I pay more attention to you. No. That's fair. Me too. It doesn't matter when and listen, man, I stand up for the anthem. I'm not, maybe I would have protested differently. But I felt like the Kaepernick shit, I hate the 49ers to the same fashion, fuck him. But when he stood up for himself or whatever he did, I remember when that Marine said, bro, people gonna miss what you're doing because you're sitting down. So get up, take you. He compromised. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. You either one side or the other. It still fell on deaf ears. And he took his livelihood, which could either be you could agree that was a hell of a thing to do or think it's foolish or whatever. It doesn't matter. My point is this: who the fuck gives a person, and they can have this opinion, but it's very fucking small-minded to think that an athlete shouldn't say nothing. Because he's an athlete. Because like you said, his platform is much bigger than the average Joe Blow, the manager at Walmart. So more people hear it.
Yeah.
The only thing is, this is what I'll say. When they put skin in the game that matters to you, for me, is this. I'll hear what you got to say, but I want to see if you're informed. See, a lot of people jump in on shit, don't really have they're not informed about it. They just going with the trends and really just didn't think no deeper into that. I like a motherfucker to start looking into the shit and have a valid opinion. I think he's got the right to say whatever the fuck he wants to say. I'll point and laugh or agree. It don't matter. It's just I like to see the athletes informed because it's a responsibility they're taking on by saying something, period. So make sure you know what you're talking about, period. That's all I mean. But I just find it very fucking hypocritical that a 9-to-5 thinks Alfonso Lopez maybe should shut up and box. What the fuck? Like I'm not a person? What the fuck are you talking about? We all have constitutional rights. We all have freedom of speech. And guess what? When you say something publicly, you can sink your whole ship. You know, you can motherfuckers will abandon you. You know, when a motherfucker told me that Kaepernick admitted he didn't even vote for president and shit, I'm like, how are you so informed and shit? You don't even get to the polls, and that's how shit works. Whether you believe in it or not, that's how shit works, bro. People are listening to you. What the fuck you mean? What the fuck? And so that was like a letdown for me. But I still think he had the right to sit down, kneel, say fuck you, kiss my ass, whatever. He still got the right to do it. He just gotta bear. He gotta bear the what happens from it. You know, that's insane to me, man. And I think what Manny just said, I probably, I get it. You know, if you ain't got skin in the game, I just don't give a fuck what you say. That's fair too. That's fair too.
Well, not only, but it's not that. It's not that I don't care. It's that it's not that you don't have skin in the game. It's that words is one thing, but let's see you apply pressure. I want to see you back up everything because you're in a position. If you have that platform, and it doesn't matter what it is that you believe in. All I'm saying is, I don't, without getting political on either side, because I'm like, Coach, I have conservative views, and then I agree with a little bit on both sides. But if you have a platform, don't just use it to speak. Use it to apply pressure to create change. That's it. Be genuine. Don't just, and that's really the thing that irks me is when people speak words and aren't genuine about it. They're just saying it because someone's behind the camera giving them a script to say it. Nah, if you believe in something, ride it to the end. Let's see how far your conviction is, because and you start putting pressure on the corporate side, that you'll start seeing change. But that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. hopefully people watch and listen, understand what I'm saying, and go, man, me trying to silence anybody.
Yeah.
Is un-American, right? Trying to silence anybody, right? Yeah. I learned in fucking middle school, if the freedom of speech, if it doesn't defend the worst speech, then it doesn't defend yours. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't, the worst example of an idiot having freedom of speech, if he's not protected, then you're not protected. Because the minute we tell him, you can't say that. Well, as soon as they disagree with you, you can't say that. And that's, as athletes. And I say that because in boxing, these young kids especially too, bro, they put their little fucking beliefs on their trunks and robes and shit because they're trying to make a statement. And everybody don't have the monetary. Every athlete, every star doesn't have the monetary impact, right?
Right.
But if you're performing on a top-ranked show or a PBC show or whatever show, and millions of people are watching, goddamn me, you could put whatever on your trunks and people see. You see what I'm saying? And I just feel like, who are you to fucking tell people they can't believe what they believe, man? It's amazing to me that in a country that's supposed to be based on freedoms, the very same people who holler freedom, 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 liberty, 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 are the same motherfuckers. I just heard a police chief say he wanted to round up people and put them in warehouses for the rest of their life. What the fuck are you talking about, man? What the fuck are you talking about, man? You know who did that? That's what I'm saying, bro. But in his mind, I'm sure in his mind, it makes sense to him what he's doing. He's out there fighting crime and shit, so maybe he believes that shit with. I don't know, bro. I don't think anybody should be silenced. The worst motherfucker needs to say. Matter of fact, that allows me to keep my eyes on your ass. If you're saying some stupid shit, identify yourself, man. Because I don't want to be thinking you're a good guy and you're a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to know. People talking about take their Twitter and take their Facebook. Are you out your fucking mind? Don't you want to know these crazy bastards what they say? I want to know what he said.